Hey, everybody. First of all, my condolences and extreme sadness for the lives lost at the shooting at, of all places, the Gilroy Garlic Festival, an event I have always wanted to attend. Once had the opportunity, but didn't go. But it it just simply sends a signal that no place is safe. That place should be safe, and we should have to make places safe yet again to stop this madness that's going on around us, conducted by mad people, which has led me to believe that we have a mad society. That's another conversation for another time. I want to stick on this news, and I want to remind you Wednesday at 7:30, we're going to have my friend Amber Devlin on from Vancouver, where I might add the Arrowverse's film, but that's another story too. But she's going to be talking about plastic and plastic pollution and her organization called Quit Plastic Vancouver. I want to make sure you come because you, as did I, are going to find out a lot about plastic and plastic pollution that maybe you knew more about than I did. But I didn't know a lot, and I'm going to learn a lot. So join us, join me, join yourself. Yeah, join yourself. Wednesday at 7:30 Pacific, 10:30 p.m. right here at Zenny 62. Now let's get started. I want to show you something that I have, so you know where it came from. It is this little gem of a find here. Well, it's actually so much not little gem of a find because I'm already on Seeking Alpha. Seeking Alpha is a publication for investors, and boom, here it is. Seeking Alpha. All right. And this one has to do with EMGM Resorts International earnings call. And let me read something to you that just quite literally jumped out. I mean, just doing jumped out to me. It made my eyeballs like go like this. Okay, are you ready? Here it goes. Okay. There, MGM is talking about basically the impact of sports on its bottom line. It starts off this way. Our earnings calendar in the second half of this year, 2019, is one of the strongest in the company's history. We're maximizing our leadership in live entertainment and sports. I repeat, we're maximizing our leadership in live entertainment and sports. Of course, we just hosted the MGM Resorts NBA Summer League. We're sold out its first 2 days and hit new attendance records in the dead heat of summer in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Aces, which currently, by the way, are number one in the WNBA, will host the All-Star Game this weekend at its home at Mandalay Bay. Mandalay also recently hosted the NHL Awards Ceremony, National Hockey League for those of you who don't know. And of course, the NFL Draft is coming to Las Vegas next year. And finally, and excitingly, the Las Vegas home of the Oakland Raiders Stadium continues. I put the Oakland in there. They didn't. They said Raiders Stadium, but I'm reminding everyone they're still in Oakland. Continues to shift the center of gravity down to the mid to southern end of the Las Vegas Strip. Raiders Stadium will be a catalyst for our South Strip resorts. That's what they read here. A catalyst for our South Strip resorts, especially Mandalay Bay, as we take, listen to this, okay? As we take full advantage of its location by hosting the most awesome tailgating experience before and after all of the events at the stadium. That's what it reads, okay? That's what it reads. And then they turned over to questions. They talked about their strategic objectives, right? But you read that? I mean, look, that that intent is powerful. As I said the other time, forget the Oakland Raiders tailgating experience as you and I knew it. They're going to kill it in Las Vegas. It won't exist. Then let's ponder what that means. Let's really stop and think about what that means, and what is being pushed upon Raider Nation as it exists right now. Because I'm telling you, with all these changes, Raider Nation itself will not exist as we've known it. As Barry Lee just wrote here in the comment section, he says, so in other words, they will be charging for the tailgaters. Yeah, bet your bippies. But see, Barry, to me, it means more than just charging the tailgaters. It means that, and this is a very possible scenario, and I'll be very surprised if this didn't happen. It means that those areas, those businesses that are along Polaris and Russell Road, that are car washes, ancillary businesses, it means that they may very well have a type of law or rule that you can't tailgate there without a permit. It would be in perfect Las Vegas behavioral fashion to regulate where you can tailgate. Think about that. Funneling everybody to the strip. Oh, excuse me, sir. Do you have a permit to tailgate here? Gee, I didn't know. How do I get a permit? Well, you have to go to Clark County headquarters. You have to pay $200 for the year or the season. What? I'm making that up, but that is a very possible scenario. I say that because it's so fittingly Las Vegas to want to nickel and dime you. Think about it, to nickel and dime you to benefit the casinos in the area. I mean, they're doing it with resort fees. Hey, Sean Watson, how you doing? They're doing it with resort fees, all right? They're doing it with little tricks like, for example, do you realize how hard it is to find a bank on the Las Vegas Strip? That's right. You have to go off strip to find a Bank of America. You can get tellers there, and there was a reason I was told that was by a Uber driver, why I had to go off strip for a bank. There's one bank which that's technically not the case. I believe it's Citibank, but even then, it's like behind the monorail, near the Embassy Suites, kind of tucked away about 4 blocks off the strip. Right? There's nothing on strip that I can go to. No bank I can walk into a hotel where they're open and cash a check or you do my normal transactions. I have to go a mile off strip. That's something else. And for these little things that you have to do in Las Vegas, there's always this little extra fee that you pay, you know? So here come the Raiders. And quite obviously, very obviously, MGM has announced, it's right here on the earnings call, hey, you know what? They're going to take full advantage. That's what the language says here. The language says they're going to take, I'm going to repeat this language. All right? And finally and excitingly, the Las Vegas home of the Raiders Stadium continues to shift the center of gravity down to mid-south end of the Las Vegas Strip. Raiders Stadium will be a catalyst for our South Strip resorts, especially Mandalay Bay, as we take full advantage of its location by hosting the most awesome tailgating experience before and after all of the events at the stadium. And that means not just the Raiders, but UNLV. It means the special concerts that I understand are being planned. Oh, yeah. Look, the casinos are going to milk this gigantic space for everything they can. That plan is already in the works. Already in the works. And then there's this idea that they're going to use Las Vegas Stadium to up hotel prices. That's right. That came out in the same earnings call that I have here before me, all right? This is frightening stuff, folks. What I'm telling you about is the corporatization of tailgating. You ever thought you'd see that in your entire life? Hey, John Akala, how you doing? Yeah, the corporatization of tailgating. Forget this organic thing that people used to do, right? Where you came together and, you know what? You came together and everything was peachy keen and, you know, you were just having a great time. You got your hot dogs, you got your steaks, got your French fries. Yeah, I said French fries. You've got your corn on the cob. You've got your fish. You've got your ribs. You've got, oh my God, I'm getting hungry again. You get the idea. Barry Lee writes, and after the honeymoon is over, reality will hit them in the face. It will. Because MGM is starting to look at this Raiders issue as the goose that laid the golden egg. But my prediction is they're going to oversell this thing. They're going to overprice it. And they are the ones that are going to be laying the golden egg on their own goose. This is awful. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. The Raiders, as you and I have known them, will not exist in Las Vegas. I repeat, the Raiders, as you and I have known them, will not exist in Las Vegas. There will be something else that looks like the Raiders, talks like the Raiders, but doesn't necessarily walk like the Raiders, and sure as heck doesn't have the same respect for the working person as the Raiders. Because everything is going to be jacked up way high. Tailgating in a parking lot? Down the way here. All right? In the parking lot. Who's it controlled by? MGM. What about the other one? Who's that controlled by? Another casino. Maybe it's Boyd Gaming. Maybe it's Sands. Who knows? I said it before, and I'll say it again. The casinos are going to wind up owning the Las Vegas Raiders. Not the Oakland Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders. And there's no end in sight to this insanity. Now, from a strictly business perspective, is it a good idea? No. It's not, because the same formula of control and of pricing and transactions that has caused Las Vegas visitation rates to go down threatens to impact the successful potential of the Raiders in Las Vegas. Now, the Raiders themselves are going to be pleased as punch because they've never had anyone revenue-wise tailgating like this, okay? Now, how much they're going to get from this is another question. But MGM is making it known now. They've sat back. Bill Hornbuckle, president of MGM, was appropriately critical of the deal when it first came before him and Las Vegas Stadium Authority Board. Behind the scenes, they were doing their homework, due diligence, and negotiations and dealing, and letting everybody who wouldn't listen know how many hotel properties and casino properties they control. All right? They were waiting and waiting and waiting and studying, and as they said, doing their data analysis. This is something else. All right? This is something else. This is, you talk about human trafficking. This is the trafficking of tailgaters. That's what it is. Come on in, folks. You want to party at the stadium? Got a ticket? Great. And you know what they're gearing up for, too? The Super Bowl. So this is what they're doing. I'm telling you, this is how it's going to go, folks. Once they land the Super Bowl, whenever that is, and you know they're planning for it, but once they land it, once it's finalized, you know what's going to happen? The closer you are to the stadium itself, the more money you're going to have to spend to be close. Either by limousine, or luxury box, or seat, or parking. You're going to spend, it's going to be designed so that it looks like this. This is the center, and this is the price level, and it's going to go down like that. So you're out here, you park out here, you hang out here, you tailgate out here, you spend little. You go to the hotels away from the stadium, where you can watch the event on television, and that's your tailgating experience. That's what they're going to call your tailgating experience. Hey, you can watch it on TV right here. But I've got this ticket. Well, sell your ticket to one of the many brokers around Vegas. They'll give you $1. So you sell your ticket, and there you go. Hey, for some people that's desirable, but it's not organic. Tom Colgate says it's getting worse every week. They're not the Raiders that I know. They're not. They are not. Hey, let me remind you of what Don Webb said on September, I believe it was September 21st of 2017. Don Webb, Raiders fans 2017. Type that in your Google thing and it comes up. It says, Raiders management wants family-friendly Las Vegas stadium. All right? Raiders management wants family-friendly Las Vegas stadium. To which, okay? To which Don Webb was quoted as saying in the Review Journal, which represents a casino. Let's get this out of the way. It represents Las Vegas Sands, okay? Which owns not one, not two, not three, but 4 Boeing 747 SPs. What's SP? Special performance. What did Don Webb say? Don Webb said, and I quote, simple, and it pissed off Raider fans when he first said it, but he didn't care because he opened up his trap and he said it. And he said, look, we like the deeply passionate fans. Las Vegas Stadium Company Chief Operating Officer Don Webb said in a Thursday breakfast meeting panel on the planned 65,000-seat stadium. But we want the stadium to be not only a safe environment, but we want it to be perceived as a family-friendly environment. Boy, what does that mean? Does that mean that anybody that is, hey, black guy that's a hip-hopper is automatically roughed up by a security guy because he's perceived as not fan-friendly? What does that mean, okay? So I think, this is Webb talking, so I think there'll be some changes, frankly. That's what he says here, frankly, to the fan base when the team moves to Las Vegas and the method of operating the stadium. And then he says this, and this is still him talking. This is what he says. I think I'll leave it there. Meaning, I could say a lot more, but it would get me in trouble. Meaning, I could say a lot more, but you would hate what I'm going to say. Meaning, I could say a lot more, but basically the current fan base is going to be really pissed off. Meaning, I could say a lot more, but basically we don't want you guys. We want a whole new type of Raider fan. All that is encapsulated in, I think I'll leave it right there. And then he continues. But the team ownership and team management is very keen on protecting the right image when this team comes to Vegas. What the heck does that mean? But what does that mean? Okay? Hey, does that mean that the stands are white, folks, but the players are black? What does the right image mean? Does that mean that anybody that is blonde gets in for free? What does that mean? And of course it means that we pay. Don Webb said this stuff. This is in black and white, written for posterity, all right? And then the same article, which trumpets this as if it's like heroic, skulls, spikes, and armor, denizens of the black hole dressed in intimidating silver and black costumes adorned with skulls, spikes, and armor to accentuate their outlaw image. Oh, brother. I mean, if this wasn't real, it would be laughable. And yeah, it's about race. And I'm glad you agree with me. What's it about? It is about race. I'm glad you agree. Okay? Webb and other 3 panelists associated with the Stadium Project addressed around 200 people attending the Southern Nevada chapter of the National Association of Industrial Office Properties meeting in the Orleans Hotel. Raider fans in Oakland had mixed reactions. Of course they did, all right? So, mixed reactions. They're pissed off, all right? I mean, pissed off, okay? So, all right? This is ridiculous. Okay? And then a lot of this people here are lies. Like Raider fan Ed Marshall. I've been a season ticket holder for years. Lies. And I have to tell you, I'm not fond of the experience that Oakland brings for family. Lies, lies, lies. Okay? Completely. Okay? Forget it. All right? No. I mean, some of this stuff has been made up by people in Las Vegas to paint mistruths about the Coliseum. I have videos. Okay? I have videos of kids who watch my channel, 12, 13, 14 years old, okay? So I know that's wrong. They're at the Coliseum, all right? At the Coliseum, okay? So this crap's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous, okay? Joseph Amenderis says that's exactly what it means. The right image means white image. Yeah, it is race. Thank you, Sean, okay? All right? And what's this? Who said that? The Raider owner? I live in Vegas. No. September 17th, September 21st, 2017, Las Vegas Review Journal. All you got to do is go to Google, type the keywords Don Webb, Raiders, fans, 2017. That's all you need to type. It's the top result right there. You can't miss it. Okay? You can't miss it. So the Raiders are sending out, you know what they're sending out the signal? Basically, you know what? We don't like you guys. That's what they're telling the fans. We don't like you. The stuff that the Raiders have done to this point. Oh, and by the way, that judge's decision was stupid. Okay? And Judge Sparrow is stuck on stupid for making that decision. I've got a post all ready to go that I'm going to read to you right after this short post because I want you to hear it because I'm livid. All right? But I digress. Sean Watts says, the Raider games are great. I used to do security at Raider games. Best fans ever. Raider fans don't take no crap. That's right. All right? But the whole point is that it's been a great experience for a lot of people. And it's gotten better over the years. So, but the Raiders have sent out this message that, hey, you know what? We're glad to leave you guys. We're out of here. We think. We hope. As soon as we get our stadium finished, we can't look at the rushing. Oh my God. They keep moving up the date when the stadium's not ready, knowing doggone well it's not going to be ready for August of next year. Keep trying to push it forward. They can't get out of Oakland fast enough, right? Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Outlaw Image. You know what? That Outlaw Image was the catalyst for a lot of wins. That Outlaw Image, okay? That Outlaw Image was the catalyst for the great Raider teams. That Outlaw Image didn't start with the fans. That Outlaw Image started. You know what that Outlaw Image is? This is why any true Raider fan ought to be incensed here. Do you know where that Outlaw Image started? It started with Al Davis himself. Al Davis cultivated that image. And for the Las Vegas people to not respect that is ridiculous. Hey, Cowboy Wrestler, how you doing? Gilroy is awful. Can't say enough about how bad it is. Okay? But Al Davis crafted the Outlaw Image. And here we have Don Webb, the chief operating officer of Las Vegas Stadium, essentially poo-pooing the image that Al Davis crafted. All right? Sean Watts says, I wish Mark would come on here so he can explain himself. Yeah. Outlaw Image. So basically, what is the replacement image for the Raiders? Are you going to change the name? They're not going to be the Raiders anymore? What are they going to be? The Pansies? The Las Vegas Pansies? Sean Watson says Al Davis is rolling over in his grave. I'm serious though. What are they going to be? The Raiders have always had an outlaw image, all right? Okay? All right? What do you say loves the fact that I'm in a bad mood about it? Doggone right I am. Eat it up, boy. Eat it up, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Yeah, doggone it. You're right. And I'm glad you like it. I'm in a foul mood, and so should you be. Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. What say you if the Dallas Cowboys came in? I mean, the Dallas Cowboys have the image of what? A cowboy. Hey, do you realize, by the way, that the Cowboy image is actually a fake? There was really no such thing as like the Wild West or the Old West. You know, cowboys were thought of as the dregs of society. You know, the people that you hire to be your cowhands, right? But these all this other stuff is it's not exactly what it was. It wasn't like the rifleman and all that. I'm just getting it out of the way. But the Raider image is real. The Raider image was crafted in Oakland. It has an attitude enhanced by some people like this man who should be in the NFL Hall of Fame, Phil Villapiano, and others like the great Otis Sistrom from the University of Mars. Who can forget Big Ben Davidson, he of the gigantic mustache and the tall 6'8" countenance? And how about the great linebacker who passed away last year, Dan Connors, number 55? Anchor of the 11 Angry Men Raiders defense. You say you know the Raiders, you don't know about that, you don't know the Raiders. How about guys like Dave Casper, who handled my 401k? Goes to the post. Thanks, Dave. I cashed out pretty well with that one, too. Goes to the post. All right? Those are outlaws. The Raiders. We say, the autumn wind is a Raider, right? Think about it. Think about this. The autumn wind is a Raider. Pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you around and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won. So is that the image that Don Webb is telling me is not allowed in the new Las Vegas stadium? Think about that. Think about that. The autumn wind is a pirate, blustering in from sea. With a rollicking song, he swings along, swaggering boisterously. His face is weather-beaten. He wears a hooded sash, with a silver helmet about his head and a bristling black mustache. He growls as he storms the country, a villain big and bold, and the trees all shake and quiver and quake as he robs them of their gold. The autumn wind is a Raider, pillaging just for fun. He'll knock you around and upside down and laugh when he's conquered and won. Folks, that's an outlaw. If that scares you, good. You're supposed to be scared. But only in the context of the football field. And the fans know it. But that is our image. For Don Webb to come along and the casinos to come along and not embrace that is a travesty. The Raiders will go down and being just, an ordinary team. No special nothing, okay? What is a Raider, right? Does Mike Mayock know what a Raider is? I think he does. Okay? What is a Raider? Gruden? Of course he does. But has it all been watered down in this chase for bucks? Does Mark Davis truly understand what a Raider was and is? Of course, he crafted the Raider image, but now he's chasing for something else. Did that get lost in the shuffle with all this? It had to. Otherwise, why allow the dissemination of a message to Raider fans that, hey, we are going to Vegas and we don't want you? Wow. Wow. Bad stuff. Okay? I like Joe Gonzalez says, how about the Las Vegas corporates? Yeah, basically, that's what it boils down to. I like that. How about the Las Vegas corporates? All right? Reggie Lewis, all right? Says nothing. Says basically that he's going to love me talking about how the current regime is robbing the Raiders of their image and their soul. Reggie Lewis, you're absolutely right. I'm glad you wrote that. I'm glad you wrote that. Which means Reggie Lewis is against the corporate Raiders. All right? As Joseph Emendera so accurately points out. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Cowboy Wrestler, how you doing? Awesome. Great stuff. Great stuff. Wow. All right, folks, I have a special blog I'm going to read to you. So I will be right back. I'm going to cut this one off, come back, and I'm going to talk about the decision and what's wrong with it. I'm going to read to you a post that I wrote 2 days ago. I have not posted it. You'll be the first to see it. Joseph Marandura says, I'm curious to see what Don Webb, I think you mean Don Webb's political affiliation is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's steep in alt-right movement. Yeah, there's a lot of that, sadly. Boy, sadly. Yes, Cowboy Wrestler, world exclusive, excuse me. I shall return, as Mark MacArthur said to the Philippines. He was right. I'll be right